Hello, I'm Charles Nijman of antiquefireback.com. As most of our clients buy our accessories online, we would like to give today some considerations to combine these fireplace accessories such as a fireback, endirons or fire dogs, grate, fire tools and perhaps a fire screen. If one of the items that you would consider for your fireplace is a fireback, then we advise you to start your decision making with the fireback. Why? Well, it has a form and a design and a decoration which is very dominant in the fireplace, and thus is also very dominant for the choice of the other accessories. So also I will start now in our considerations with the fireback. Firstly, what size should a fireback have? This fireplace has a flat back, it's 3.5 meters wide and a fireback of 95 centimeters. In fact, with a fireplace with a flat back you can choose any size of fireback. I like large firebacks personally, I like large fires also, but much larger than 95 centimeters or a meter, much wider than that, is hardly to find in the market, is moreover hard to handle. But in fact, with a flat fireback you can choose any size, whereby I advise you not to choose a fireback which is very small or too small for the fireplace, because it looks really awkward. This of course is exaggerated, the point is taken. Most fireplaces don't have a flat back, but they have either a rectangular side or a sloping side. If your fireplace has a rectangular side, then we advise to leave at least 5 to 10 centimeters space at the sides, at both sides, and the top of the fireback. Why? Well, if there's no fire in the fireplace, the back of the fireplace is dark, and if the whole back is filled up with a fireback, you won't see, you'll hardly see that there's a fireback at all. So it's nicer to leave some space at the sides of the fireback, so that you will always see, also when there's no fire, that there's a fireback in the fireplace. If the sides of your fireplace are sloping on the other end, we advise to fill up the back completely, because you will always see that there's a fireback because of the sloping sides, but also because the back of the fireplace is then usually just a small part of the whole fireplace, and it's visually nicer to have at least some size of fireback in your fireplace. You could even consider with sloping sides to choose a rectangular fireback, so one that's higher, to give it more visually more impression. How to fix a fireback is something that people ask often. Well, we have fixed it here with 2 regular screws and plastic plugs. 2 because one of the plugs may melt, but in generally inside the wall it won't get very hot. These plugs never melted also. But if you're afraid that the plugs will melt, we also sell these mounting brackets with brass plugs that won't melt, and you can fix them here at the top or at the top sides, and leave some millimeters between the plug and the fireback, because the fireback can get a bit larger in the heat. Last but not least is the design of the fireback, its form and the decorations. That's of course very much dependent on your personal taste, also on the style of your whole house, of your mantle, fireplace mantle. We won't say too much about that, but if you hesitate, about the choice of firebacks for your own fireplace, don't hesitate to send us a picture of the mantle and of possible firebacks that you like, and we can maybe help or advise you on that.